take a quick content break, and anyone who's followed the show knows that there's a new segment sponsored by Enscape, and that is called the Big Bad BIM Tip of the Week. And so we do want to jump into that real quick. And this segment, for those of you not familiar with it, again, brought to you by Enscape, so thank you Enscape for sponsoring this segment. But this segment is essentially tips from you, the viewers. And so if you have your favorite Revit tip, shoot it out, shoot me an email, let me know. And if I choose your tip to show here live in the show, I'm going to send you a nice free t-shirt. And so that's what we'll do today. This tip is a pretty neat one. It's a simple one, but it's one of those ones that I think is extremely valuable to lots of folks. And I'm sorry, Marcelo, you can't actually see my my screen, but I think you can imagine while I'm doing this. This tip is actually from a viewer named Paul. Paul, I'm sorry, I forgot where you're from, but if you see this, I'm sure you'll recognize it, and you can shoot me an email and tell me that you saw my tip. So this tip is actually, I kind of added a little bit to it, and so Paul's tip had to do with the options bar. And so, you know, my tip on top of that tip is for those of you not familiar with the options bar to get familiar with it and realize it's there. And so what is the options bar? So I'm in a model right now. This is actually a structural model, believe it or not. And if I go to do something like a move, a copy, an array, anything, so I'm going to do MM on my keyboard for a mirror, you'll notice the options bar, which is the nice green or gray, depending on what you're doing, bar in between your ribbon and your view. And there's usually stuff that you can do on there. And so notice it says copy, right? And so my first tip is really just to pay attention to that bar, realize it exists, and realize the power that it has. But the tip from Paul is actually, if you are doing something like a mirror, if you press Control on your keyboard and you hold it, it'll actually uncheck or check the copy, which is pretty cool. So that's for mirror, but if you go to actually copy an object or move an object, you have a couple options. You have constrain, disjoin, and multiple. And so if I hold Control and let go of it, you'll notice it's actually flipping between disjoin and constrain. But if I press Shift, it's actually unchecking or checking constrain. So pretty cool tip. So two tips in there, I guess.